This is my favorite time of the year for baseball. I love post All-Star break because you get the trade deadline. We're right after the draft. Minor league systems are about to get revamped. Just had All-Star weekend. There's more eyes on the sport. This is that time of year. Real quick, Spencer Jones in Triple-A hitting 362, on base percentage 426, slugging 776, and his OPS is 1,200. He's got 7 home runs in 14 games. Dog, I'm here, man. I'm here. I just want to let you know that, Pat, because your top outfielder prospect isn't as good as ours.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll see about that.
Chase Lauder is not as good.
Let me know when Spencer Jones reaches base in 34 straight minor league AAA games. So
let me know when Chase Lauder's OPS hits over 1,100.
It's probably been there in the past.
You're just living on what?
How many games has Spencer Jones played? How many games?
14.
Yeah, anyone can get hot for 2 weeks, bud. Keep it up for a month, and then we'll talk.
And I'm saying, and
don't be talking shit on Chase DeLauder's name to start.
No.
I'm a fucking whack.
I'm a big DeLauder guy. Guy. Watched way too much DeLauder yesterday. I think he's awesome. I think Spencer's better, and I'm excited because I think they both might get the call up at the same time.
You think Spencer's getting called up Friday?
I don't think DeLauder's getting called up Friday.
He better. It all depends on the wrist, though.
He does it the wrist. But anyway, that is Pat. Welcome to Peyton Corners while you're here. Like, sub, all that. Shout out my guy Ben Vargo and the Penetration crew.
Wait, sorry. Chase DeLauder, 2024 AAA, 1,100 OPS. Boom.
Okay, now what is Spencer Jones's?
I'm just saying, that's all you wanted to know. You said, let me know when Chase DeLauder has 1,100 OPS in AAA.
All right, now let me know when it's over 1,200.
All right.
That's what Spencer...
You had an easy rebuttal.
Can you just acknowledge what Spencer Jones is doing is outrageous right now?
It's cool, yeah.
It's cool?
I mean, my brother in Christ, I see John Kenzie Noel put up these numbers every time he goes down a trip double.
No, John has never done this. No, we're not doing that. We have real stuff to get into. We're not going to sit here and pretend like John is that.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
You're saying what? You just made something up.
Let's see here.
He was never that in the minors.
He had an 1,100 OPS.
I said 12.
All right. I guessed wrong.
And that 1,100 was for Lynchburg. That's not even high A.
It's all good.
Welcome. Hey, for the chat, you guys didn't have a name. Your name now is the Penetration crew. Get penetrated.
Get penetrated.
Anyway, I guess I don't want to stick too long on it. Pause. Home run derby. Just real quick, Pat. I hate the format.
Dog, we got to go back. We had such a good thing going.
Such a good thing.
I saw a tweet that kind of summed it up like perfectly. Like MLB has done this thing for the last few years now where they're trying to speed up the sport, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of things I don't have an issue with the pace of play that the games are going at now, except when I'm at a game. I think it's a little different watching the game on TV versus when you're actually at the ballpark. I think the game goes by a little too quickly when you're actually there. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't have an issue with it. I think that the pitch clock has worked out nicely. Hasn't been too big of a, I guess, inconvenience for the pitchers or any of the players involved. There was absolutely zero reason to speed up the home run derby. And I keep seeing the highlights of the Josh Hamilton round in 2008 at Yankee Stadium. Like, that is cinema right there. That is everyone enjoying the sport for what it is. And that's these guys going up there and mashing home runs. The hitters get to take it in. The fans get to take it in. And they don't get to miss anything if you're watching on TV because you're trying to swing the ball 3 times in 10 seconds. It's just, we lost something that was truly perfect in the sport. And I hope they go back to that.
You are right, Pat. You're right. You're becoming a very talented B Mike. You're getting there. You almost got to the point that I wanted to, and then you just kind of skipped over it. Is why the MLB speeds up the game. The MLB sped up the game because they wanted to get us to more action, because in the regular baseball pacing, there's not a ton of action. Mm-hmm. In the home run derby, the whole thing is action.
That's all
And
it
it's
is.
like you want to speed up to get to the action and then watch the action. You don't want to speed up and fly through the action. And it's like, I get the pitch clock because it's like, all right, we want to get through all these wasted pitches to get to the action. Home run derby is the action. And it's funny because the most home run derby feel we had the whole weekend was the swing off at the end of the All-Star game.
Yeah. And
that was awesome. That had the tension. That had the drama. That had the cinema. I enjoyed that more than the home run derby. In order for me to watch the home run derby, I had to put it on the StatCast thing, and I was bummed because like my little brother was excited because first year really into baseball. He was excited to watch the home run derby, and when we played in the backyard, we played. If you hit the ball past the bricks, it's a home run, and you get 5 outs. And so, my little brother and I we admire our home runs that we hit.
Yeah.
And like my brother's watching the round 1 on ESPN. He's like, I don't really know what's going on. And so he went upstairs. He was not, it was too much anxiety for him. So
and I don't blame him. And it's like what you just said is again what makes me so upset about like where the home run derby is now, because no one in their right mind is going to set up a timer in their backyard throwing football, seeing how many home runs you can hit in X amount of times. Like, no. We all played. That's anyone who played the sport growing up played home run derby, where you get X amount of outs and you got to see how many home runs you can hit in that, allocated amount of outs. Like that's just it. Everyone plays it the same way growing up. It's a shame that Emily ruined it.
Right. All-Star game. It's funny. I know a lot of people were upset that Mizorowski made the All-Star game after only making, I believe, 4 or 5 starts. I was so glad we got to see Miz, because to see all those pitchers lined up and all those hits, I mean, to see NL and AL lined up and he threw that 98-mile-per-hour slider, everybody was like, whoa. And I love Miz, and I'm going to give you this is your last chance. This Pat Cahill, this is your last chance. Chat, we got Red fans in the chat too. This is Pat Cahill's last chance. Pick a side. And then we're going to be on that side moving forward. Are you side Burns or are you side Miz?
I'm side Burns. I got to stick with it.
Stay over there. You're going to die there.
Hey, I'm not going to die. Miz is going to be the one that needs Tommy John a little bit.
You're going to die on that side because
I'm not. My UCL's fine, Chris. My UCL's fine.
You don't understand. You don't understand. That what they say, that Chrysler 300 looks like a Phantom till that Phantom pulls up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, in a room full, and you know who looked like the Chrysler 300 yesterday at the All-Star game?
Who?
Kershaw did. You know who looked like the Chrysler 300 at the All-Star game yesterday?
Who?
Scooble did. You know who looked like the Rolls Royce, the Phantom? Miz did. Look, I love Scooble. Scooble's going to be a great Yankee in 2027. I'm here to say this and say this one time only. I don't care about Paul Skeens. I don't care about Chase Burns. I really care and love Cam Schlittler, the pitcher with the best stuff on the entire planet. Best stuff on the entire planet is Jacob Mizorowski.
You're fried for taking him over Paul Skeens. You want to take him over Chase Burns? That's one thing.
Skeens is great. Skeens is a bulldog. Skeens is going to be a great pitcher for a long time. I'm talking about best pure stuff. If Miz had a hot, short blonde and was the number 1 overall pick, people will be talking about him the same way they talk about Skeens. Miz has better stuff than Skeens. Skeens is a better pitcher, but if we're just going stuff alone, nobody beats the Miz.
I disagree.
Nobody beats, in terms of pure stuff, no one beats the Miz. And
Miz has 2 pitches right now. Until Miz can show me
he's got 3 pitches. He's got 3.
He can show me a consistent third. He's got 2 pitches.
No, he's got 3. The issue is the 4th one. The change of the issue. That's the 4th pitch.
Yeah, but I'm saying right now the curve isn't great.
It doesn't have to be great.
What do you mean? If you're talking about the best stuff in the sport, I sure as hell hope you have 3 really good.
What is Paul Skeens' average fastball?
What, velocity?
Yes.
So we're just going on velocity. That's
I just want to ask a question, and because I want the chat to understand how absurd Miz's stuff is.
So Skeens' 4-seam average velo is 98.1.
You know why that number is significant, don't you?
Yeah.
Because Miz threw a slider at that same speed yesterday.
That's great.
Look, Skeens is going to be the better player. Skeens is the better pitcher. Stuff alone. You know what else? You know what else is going on? And it's easy for me to say. I know it's an easy cop out. Separately, really separately. In the era of all these pitchers, because it looks like our pitching golden era is going to be here. And there was some concern that I had because Rocker's not been good, Leiter's not been good, and Roki's ass. And I'm glad that Roki's ass. I was wondering if there was going to be a fall off. Like, okay, like the Velo monsters aren't going to be, and Job was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
So it's like those four were supposed to like carry the torch for pitchers. And like when they struggle, it's like, okay, like we'll wait a little bit, they'll get it going. I mean, didn't Rocker get DFA'd?
No.
Huh?
Rocker didn't get DFA'd.
Oh, I thought you said that, but maybe I'm tripping.
There's no way.
No, he probably didn't. I'm absolutely bugging. But anyway,
I was like, wait a second.
In the era when I thought like Kumar, here's the thing. Schlittler, Burns, and Miz have been who I thought that Job, Rocker, and Leiter would be.
Yes, but you again, we have to be cautious with our reactionary takes here.
No, I'm not being cautious. Caution out the window.
Schlittler's made one start, dude. You can't rope Schlittler into that group. He's made one start.
It's kind sir. I remember going to the Reds game with you, and you reacted the same exact way about Burns as I'm reacting about Schlittler. I can react. I can say Schlittler's going to start on Friday, isn't he?
Is he? I don't know what your rotation is set up like.
I don't know either, bro.
I was going to say I don't know if they've announced. Actually, they probably have. But regardless, all right, that's fair. I did react about that with Chase Burns, but
Oh, and honestly, I'm more like bummed because Rocker and Job look so hittable.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been impressed with either of them. Honestly, Leiter hasn't been that great either.
No, but he had the blister for the first couple starts that he was struggling with, and you'll get that with some of these like monsters that try to spin everything. But like for Rocker to not show promise as like a 2 or 1 right now is a little like don't love that. Because he's 20, he's 25.
Yeah, that's true. He's older than a lot of these guys.
Older than all.
And Leiter's the same. Is Leiter the same age?
Yeah, I mean they were same class at Vandy.
Same class, right? Yeah, he's 25 too.
So I'm saying like those guys are supposed to be.
Yeah, I mean with Leiter, I'll give
Leiter a pass. I'll give Leiter a pass.
Yeah, but also I feel like I don't even include him in the same realm of hype as the other guys. Because of the size difference between them. Like a lot of these guys we're talking about are just like big imposing threats on the mound. Like Leiter and Roki are separate because they're smaller guys.
Okay, but what about Burns?
I mean, what is Burns? 6'3"?
Burns is 6'2", Leiter 6'1".
Burns is 6'2". No way. He's bigger than that. Is he only 6'2"? I thought.
Bro, he just looks 6'4" or 6'3" because he looks like Hunter Green. I know he's 6'3". You're right. 6'3", 210.
So I guess, all right, in my head, he even plays a little bigger than that.
Yeah.
But again, besides the point, I think Leiter and Roki, the two of them kind of fall into a like separate category. For me, like Job and Rocker, I have a tough time giving them a pass because of their size and build. Like that's the build you want. Like Kumar Rocker, 6'5", like 230. Like
I think Job is little too. 6'2", 190.
Yeah, so I mean,
I guess like with Job, like he was the number 1 pitching prospect in all of last year. So just, and again, like, these are really like unfair expectations I'm putting all these guys. My point is that Mizorowski is really freaking good. Pat, first half over, second half upon us. Here we go. Just floated out. It got floated today, and I'm just going to ask you about it so we can discuss it, and then we're going to move on and talk about kind of what the second half looks. All right, no, we're going to start with this. Second half, what does your record need to be over the next 10 days for the Guardians not to be sellers?
For the next 10 days, I think we have 3 games against the A's at home. We have 4 against Baltimore at home, and then we have 3 in Kansas City. I think you have to go minimally 7-3.
7-3.
Yeah. I think 7-3 pushes you back over 500 by a game. They would then sit at 53 and 52. So that puts you back over 500. And then you've got a 3-game set against Colorado at home with the 3 days leading up to the trade deadline. And you figure you got it. I mean, that's a series you have to win, if not sweep at home. But that series aside, 7-3 is what my goal is. Anything better than that, I'll be happy with. Anything less than that, I will be unsure what their idea is at the deadline.
Being in the know, a lot of like trade pieces are being floated out there. Obviously, do you have like a trade wish list that you are hoping for, or is your wish list solely revolve around clearing room for the young guys?
That's my biggest priority. I think the best thing that the Guardians can do at the deadline is to buy internally, because it's going to clear up multiple things, right? If they are to trade Carlos Santana, maybe even Lane Thomas, and get DeLauder and Kafis up here, you are going to see either one of two things. One, you're going to see the holes. If the two of them come up and the offense continues to struggle, and specifically these two guys struggle, then heading into the offseason, all right, if we're going to be serious about competing in 2027, in 2026, then we're going to need to go out and get some MLB ready, MLB proven weapons in the offseason. If the two of them come up and play really well, then you're like, all right, those two positions are figured out for next year, and we can go look to spend money elsewhere. So I think that has to be the main priority for this team moving forward. And that's where I think selling your veterans that have no place in the future of this team is the way to go.
Yeah, buy, sell.
Yeah. And then for me, don't overreact unless they go for some reason 2-8 over the next 10 games. There's absolutely no reason to trade Quan or Clase.
That was my next question. So there was a report or a segment earlier that I thought was a pretty ridiculous segment from ESPN Los Angeles, and it was about a package for Clase and Quan. And I don't know if you have the details in front of you, if you remember what the details were, but it was centered around their top outfitter prospect. I believe DePaula is his name.
Yep.
He is a top 40 prospect per the MLB, per the MLB's top 100 prospect list. He's the number 1 outfielder. He's 20 years old. He is right now hitting 265 in high A, which I don't love. I'll just float that out there, and pretty far away. Him, Dustin May, and I believe the 2 young pitchers they have that have been kind of not very great so far for Clase and Quan. I thought this was a ridiculous deal to float out there. I don't think you trade 2 proven MLB players for a package centered around a prospect. I think that's a little bit backwards.
I agree. I mean, the two pitchers that DePaula, whatever, the top prospect who I like, but it's also an A-level prospect, like you said, doesn't really fit into the win, contribute now mode that the Guardians need to be in. And the 2 pitchers have really been underwhelming if they threw out. Justin Robleski is the one guy, 8 games this year, 2 starts, a 4.5 ERA, 250 opponent batting average, 40 Ks and 40 innings. The other guy, Ben Kasparius, who's kind of been severely underwhelming for them for the last 2 years. He's pitched in 28 games this year, ERA over 4, opponent average 252, big strikeout guy, 59 Ks, and only 12 walks. But again, these trades to me mean nothing. I think these reports, these rumors are bogus. I think there's no way the Guardians trade Emmanuel Clase at the deadline. I'm going to come out there and say it.
Yeah, and you're pretty firm on that. So you, Pat, think there's no way the Guardians move Clase?
I think there's no way. I think if the Guardians are to far away in terms of, like their window of contention, I think there's no way that they trade him this year. And one, Clase has been your most effective piece out of the bullpen this year, despite the rough start. He's been the best bullpen arm, the most consistent bullpen arm. There's no way that if they feel that they're even remotely close to competing this year, that they're going to trade that. Cade Smith, who a lot of people thought could be the closer of the future, has run into an issue over the past few weeks now that's become pretty apparent within the Cleveland organization, is that he's tipping his pitches, and they're trying to figure that whole situation out. He had a play a couple weeks ago where he had to literally intentionally balk a runner from second to third so that the runner on second couldn't relay signs to home plate. So
I've read it's like glove depth and forearm movement is what's tipping his fastball.
Yeah, they're saying that the runners on second base are able to tell how deep Cade Smith's hand is into his glove, and that determines whether he's throwing the fastball or the splitter. For someone who was unhittable last year, he's been very hittable this year. And again, similar to like Clase earlier, he had his early season struggles. He kind of came back from that, but now we're seeing another second slump from him this year. Because he's not as dominant as we had hoped, I feel like the Guardians will be unwilling to trade Clase, and the fact that we have no one else to rely on in our bullpen right now. Hunter Gaddis has been shaky. Tim Herron has been wildly inconsistent compared to last year.
Yeah, he got sent down.
Yeah, he got sent down. The young guys that have, we're kind of hoping we're taking that next step. One of them being Andrew Walters, out for the season with shoulder surgery. Franco Ailman has struggled in AAA. He has an ERA over 7. The two young guys that have kind of worked out so far, Nick Enright and Eric Sabrowski, but those are only 2 pieces. Trevor Stephan was supposed to be help on the way. He's struggling in AAA. Sam Henches is not going to pitch again this year. Like, this bullpen was supposed to be a plethora of options and a surplus of solid weapons night in and night out, has turned into a kind of a shit show for Cleveland. They cannot afford to trade Clase right now with the current state of the bullpen.
I want to move over to another one. Kwon is being mentioned more and more in trade rumors. We are now, after the halfway point. I said before the year I expect either Bybee or him to get the extension. Obviously, Bybee got the extension. Mm-hmm. It does not appear like Kwon is interested in taking a home count discount to be here for long term. I think he wants probably what he believes is his full market value. I have my own opinion on Kwon. And there's also the whispers or belief that maybe he does want to be back out west, or reunited with his friend and former teammate Adley Rutschman. Obviously, I don't read too much into that. It's like rumor mill season.
Yeah.
Pat, you were standing on 10 toes down. They will not move Clase. Do you have that same conviction about Kwon, or is it kind of setting into you that he might not be a part of the future the way you once thought he was?
Jury's out for me still on whether or not. I'm not as confident. I'm actually more confident that we keep Clase than Kwon. I think that it would be foolish to trade Kwon. I view Kwon as a foundational player. If we're going to get anywhere in the next couple of years, Kwon has to be a part of that. I think. And you have one major league hitter in your lineup, and that's definitely concerning. I think you need Kwon to be in the top of the lineup heading into next year if you really want to maximize the full potential of this offense. So I would not trade Kwon. I wouldn't be surprised if they do trade Kwon because, like you said, there's been rumors that the two sides are pretty far off in terms of extension talks. So if they do decide to move him, now could be a time. I think if the Tribe comes out and goes 7-3 to start this second half, that again won't happen. I think that's definitely record dependent for the next 10 games, but I wouldn't rule it out. I think Kwon is someone that the Guardians aren't really sure how they view him moving forward. I hope that they figure out a number that's right with both sides and they pay him, because I think he's provided what's been solid leadership to this team. He plays the game the right way. He plays the game the way Cleveland likes to be played, right? He's going to play really good defense. He's going to hustle. Like, those are two things that you'll never have to worry about with Kwon, with Hosey.
He's not going to strike out a ton. He's going to put the ball in play.
Yeah, going to put the ball in play. And he's shown young. Again, he's still super young. I mean, this is only his 3rd full season. He's shown the ability to be able to produce a little more pop in that bat too. I mean, at least from a doubles perspective, an extra base hit perspective.
Okay, doubles perspective. Yeah, that's fine. It feels like he's not chasing. There was like a week or two in the beginning of the year where you thought, okay, like maybe he could hit 10, 15 home runs, and now he's at 6, and he's kind of.
He hit 14 last year, and that was an uptick. Yeah. So it's like, I think I truly believe that Quan could be a 10 to 15 homer guy a season. And he's on pace to do that again this year. I mean, he's on pace to hit 10 home runs. I think that's 10 to 15 is undoubtedly in his range. To me, you can't afford to trade a guy who's, since he's been in the league, sorry, this is 4th year, not 3rd year, but has gone in terms of WAR 5.7, 3.2, 4.0, 2.9 so far this year. Like, he's accumulated 16 WAR basically in his first 4 years in the league, more so than Josie did his first 4 years in the league, which is funny to compare the two. But again, different types of starts to their career.
Dude, obviously I've gone on the show and I've talked about, like, you know, your top 3 hitters have to hit for a lot more pop. I found myself on the drive in today thinking a lot more about like how. So A-Rod went on Michael K's show and was talking about Volpe.
Mm-hmm.
And he was basically saying, like, Volpe's issue is that he's swinging the bat too hard because he's trying to hit for pop instead of hitting for average. Mm-hmm. And A-Rod said, like, if he just became a good bunter and was able to squeeze 10 to 15 that would be way more valuable than what he has now. And I was like, I just froze. You just froze.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I lost you there. I heard something about Volpe laying down bunts, and then I lost.
Oh, yeah, like Volpe, like just A-Rod suggested Volpe laying down more bunts.
Yeah, which again, I know,
and hitting singles instead of trying to hit for pop.
You need a balance in your order. Like, not everyone can be, and I know the Yankees are built off of slug and launch angle and home runs, but a guy like Volpe is not suited for that. And you got to play to your player's strengths.
And he's getting worse chasing it.
Yeah, and it's just he'll never be that player. He'll never be he'll never even have the type of power I believe that like Gleyber Torres has. And Gleyber Torres is kind of a similar build.
Gleyber's thicker.
Yeah, and again, yeah. But
it's funny because Gleyber didn't have pop except for the 1 year.
No, you're right. And the juice ball year definitely inflates his stats. But again, I think Volpe is obviously I would say a better defender, although he hasn't shown it at times this year. But yes, I think
he's a shell of his former self right now. Like, you can tell he's lost complete confidence in his ability to play the sport.
But he has, for the most part of his career, a good glove, and he's got speed. Like, play to your strengths. Like, I don't need Quan to hit more than 10, 15 home runs. If he's hitting 300 and having multi-hit games day in and day out and getting guys on base for Josie, for Manzardo, for Nolan Jones, like that's what you need.
Yeah, I would trade Anthony Volpe never hitting a home run again if he just hit 280 for the next 5 years.
Absolutely. Like, I would do the same thing with Quan.
So right now, it's funny because like one of the things that happens that's happened with Volpe this year is he's not taking bases either.
Yeah, and that's a huge problem for a guy especially when like Quan, but like that's one thing he does so well is like he can work the count. He sees a lot of pitches per at bat. He's a great idea of the strike zone. He doesn't chase. Like, that's where again he's such a prototypical leadoff hitter. And I mean, it's not like you guys are even hitting Volpe leadoff, but he screams the build of a leadoff hitter without, I guess, the qualities.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 9 hitter to me.
And that's fair too. I mean,
Anthony Volpe has 17 stolen base attempts this year. Yeesh. How many stolen bases do you think he has?
I would hope 13.
He's got 10. He's been caught stealing 7 times. Yeah.
Bro, and that's a guy who, when he came into the league, was running like crazy. I mean,
yeah, 28. I mean, not like crazy because it's the Yankees. They don't run like crazy, but 24, 28, and now 10.
And only 10 this year.
Yeah, he got caught stealing all last year 7 times. This year, he's already at 7 with only 10 stolen bases.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's not ideal so far for Volpe, but he's going to be the guy of the future. It is funny because like New York media has kind of declared war on Aaron Boone for some of the Volpe comments. I don't know. I seen that clip of Michael K.
Oh yeah,
I guess after Aaron Boone got asked at a press conference by Meredith, who's like the lead, most popular beat writer for the Yankees, and after the press conference ended, I guess he turned and didn't like the question and said he's fucking elite. Talking about Volpe to Meredith. And it's like, oh my God, give me a break. Give me a break.
Do you think his days in New York as the shortstop are numbered or no?
No, not as long as that picture exists.
Which picture?
Of him and Derek Jeter when he was a 8-year-old.
Brother, if that's what you're holding on to, come on.
Here's the thing. We're not going to be able to upgrade it with a young shortstop. So, like, okay, here we go. Days numbered is in what? Because I think that the future shortstop is already in the org.
Yeah. And I think
a lot of people feel that way. I don't think they will move Volpe until he's ready to come up.
Okay. So I guess in terms of days numbered, I meant like this, like being like this year being his last in pinstripes. Because I mean, I think at this point he's absolutely, he's going to finish out the year as the shortstop. But if he continues to produce the way he's been producing, and depending on what happens this fall, I think you could see a world where the Yankees either try to move him in the offseason or is Lombard on track to be the opening day shortstop next year for you guys?
He's probably a little bit behind.
Okay.
He's probably a little bit behind right now. But I mean, here we go. Like he just turned 20. So it's like we're still like real young.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know, because it's funny because the initial plan for Lombard was like the talk was all right, we'll get him up here to play third opening day next year. And I think that's a little bit more manageable than playing short next year opening day.
Yeah.
I think they would probably have concerns because they wouldn't want two black holes in the lineup if Lombard comes up and struggles to have him next to Volpe. It's not something I think they would like. I think they felt good about him coming up and playing third if Volpe, was doing what he did last year, like hitting 240 with 12 home runs. They would have been okay with Lombard coming up and kind of figuring it out. The thing about Lombard is that Lombard, despite the organizational philosophy of like slugging and hitting bombs, he's not that.
Yeah.
He is their contact guy. Just contact. Like shoot the ball inside out swing, get the ball the other way.
But he's got the build where you figure power is going to come as
he hit some cock shots in spring training. Like me and you talked about it. He can hit big part of the field, but he's not going to swing for power, which is funny because like with that in mind, for the first time draft wise, the Yankees went all contact bats instead of power bats, which is almost the reverse philosophy because usually they go for the power bats and are okay with the strikeouts. But I believe they drafted 4 shortstops, Pat. Now everybody plays shortstop though, but they went 4 shortstops, all of them contact shortstops instead of power shortstops.
That's usually
the Guardians usually do that.
The Guardians say that's normally our MO.
The Guardians went full Yankee.
We went big frame, slugging with high strikeout rates, man.
Outfielder, yeah, big outfielder.
Yeah.
Like you guys literally drafted Spencer Jones.
Yeah.
So I did want to ask you, how excited are you about that kid? Did you like the pick?
I mean, I think it's great value for the pick.
Yeah. Like Jace
Lavalette, I think is how you pronounce it. I forget. But no, I mean, I'm thrilled with it. I think he's got tremendous upside. He was a guy that, from my understanding, was looked at as an early first-round pick heading into this season. Now, he had one of the worst batting averages in all of NCAA this year. A lot of people are concerned about the swing and miss stuff, which naturally will happen to a guy with that kind of frame and size.
Big guy swing and miss. What you didn't like was, I guess, what I read was the expanding the zone this year more than he had last year.
And so really, would I be thrilled about this more so if some of our top hitting prospects have panned out in the last few years? Absolutely. My hesitancy comes from the fact that we've yet to prove that we can actually develop elite hitting prospects. So I'm concerned, but again, I don't think it's a wasted pick. I think it was the right pick. I think there's high value there. And if he can, a few years down the road, be a 25, 30 plus home run hitter that can hit, at least 230, I'll be thrilled.
Yeah. I saw his raw power grade per Fangraphs like 55. I think he's closer to like 65.
I think so too. I mean, he's got again, just from watching the highlights of him at A&M, he's got a vicious swing and he's got some absolute like mean power behind him. And I love his makeup too, his mental makeup. He broke his hand, got surgery, and played the next day in college. Like just a dog, dude. A dog mentality, which I like.
He's definitely a sicko. But his raw power is 60. His game power is 55. I have him as a 65 guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be like 6'6", 235 already, and like very muscle bound, like he looks like he could have played on the A&M football team. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think he's strong. I'd be curious to see kind of some of his data on some bat speed metrics.
Yeah, I mean, only 18 home runs this year, down from he hit 21 his first year in college, and then 29 in 2024 with an 1100 OPS. But I mean, it's funny because the on base percentage was basically the same. The slugging took a dip this past year, but I'm super excited. I think he's got a chance to be something that we haven't had in a while, and that's just like your pure like potential to hit 30, 35, 40 home runs a year guy in the middle of the order.
And his K rate stayed the same all 3 years.
Yeah, 75 Ks and 280 plate appearances.
Percentage wise, it went from 26, 24, 25%. So right around the same.
Mm-hmm.
And the WRC plus, even though his batting average went down, was still within 3 of his freshman year.
Yeah, I mean, his freshman year stats were basically the same as what he posted this past year. It's his sophomore year is when he went absolutely crazy.
Yeah, when people thought he could I guess challenge. My wish list trade wise, Suarez. I need him. I don't know if you any. I mean, right now it's like full steam ahead. Suarez.
Yeah. You concerned about the White Sox pitcher plunking him last night?
Dude, I wish the cameraman would have cut over to Aaron Judge's face when that happened and see how concerned he is, because I would have told you if he's a Yankee or not.
Uh-huh.
But I saw Yankee Twitter, dude. Yankee Twitter up in arms. Because that was Shane Smith, right, that hit him?
Well, everyone, I mean, I've got a bunch of Yankee friends from back home, and one of them sent a tweet this morning. It was like, this is why there shouldn't be equal representation for everyone in the All-Star game. It's like, there's no way a White Sox should have been playing in this game.
That's real, man. That's real. But I think I need Suarez for the right price.
Seems like the most logical like trade piece for you guys, right? A third baseman who mashes the ball, especially he's having one of his best years in the league this year.
Yeah.
Arizona not being in a competitive spot in arguably the toughest division in the NL. It seems like they're going to be sellers at the deadline. Are you trying to get Gallen in a deal for Suarez too, or are you just mainly concerned with Suarez at this point?
No, I'm trying to 2 birds, 1 stone it if we can.
Because Gallen, I mean, that would be the home run of the deadline. It's to land both those two guys, I think.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that would make us immediately AL favorites.
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys probably are AL favorites already.
I think Detroit is.
I mean, we can go to Vegas, but I'm sure you guys are still favored.
Yeah, I think Detroit is, but I could be wrong. But it's funny because when Suarez got a hit, dude, if you go to the Fox thing, it's like you see like we are a cursed organization. Garbage time Yankees.
All right, yeah. So Vegas still has. You're right. Vegas has Detroit as the favorite to win the AL. You guys are second best odds. Houston third best odds. And the Guardians have the 11th best odds.
Okay.
Damn, should I sprinkle?
Not fully. I guess not fully dead, but no, not.
I mean, it's so the AL is just so packed right now.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. I mean, you've got in the wild card, at least, you've got, where is it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 teams within 5 games of a wild card spot that are currently out of the wild card right now. So,
but I guess like in the Suarez talks, dude, like it reports that like Arizona wants Spencer Jones and Schiller.
For just Suarez, or is that
for Suarez, Gallen? For
Suarez and Gallen. Oh, I'm absolutely doing that.
Yeah, but so once a deal,
I think they're going to need more than just those 2 guys.
Well, no, a package centered around those 2.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if that's a good deal for the Yanks, I think.
I don't think so.
Why?
I can't.
Where
I
does
can't.
Spencer Jones fit into the future of this team?
What do you? Well, it's gonna be about like who's a bigger part of the future, Spencer Jones or Ben Rice. That's like gonna be the big decision.
Yeah. So either if you value Jones, I'm sure as hell the Diamondbacks will take Rice and Schlittler for.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Here's the thing. I think that we're not getting Tucker next year. So I think Belly's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And
you've already got Dominguez.
We have Dominguez.
And you have Judge.
Yeah, and then Trent Grisham is going to be traded.
Yeah. If I'm the Yankees, like, I'm sorry, Spencer Jones gives you like you're in win now mode for the next 2-3 years, and I don't know if Spencer Jones is going to be.
I guess here we go. I would rather just trade for Royce Lewis than give up that much for a third baseman that's a rental.
Royce Lewis has been so bad this year, and he can't stay fucking healthy.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think you're fried for that. I think Eugenio makes the most sense for you guys.
I do like him. I think because I met Cam Schlittler, I'm just like, no, we'll not part ways.
Listen, Schlittler definitely hurts more to get rid of, but it's a starting pitcher, and you guys are kind of set for the foreseeable future. I mean, think about it. Aside from this year, and I don't think Schlittler. So I guess the question is Schlittler fit into this year's postseason rotation plans?
I don't think. Here's the thing: we're also different than you guys because, like, just because you don't fit into our postseason like rotation, like, I still think. Am I frozen? I still think that that we're going to see Schlittler in the postseason,
and that's fine if you really view having Schlittler out of the pen in the postseason is more valuable than having Suarez and Gallen.
But it's like the future of Schlittler is more where I'm at. Like, here's the issue. I think that either or both is going to become a superstar, Schlittler or Jones.
Okay, but you live with that if it gets you a World Series.
I don't know if Suarez is enough to get us over the hump this year. I think he really helps our chances, but I don't know if he's enough to get us all the way over the hump, I guess.
What would be over the hump?
To win the World Series.
No. I mean, what if it's not Suarez? What would it be?
Oh,
that's your biggest need right now is third base, dude.
Yeah, our biggest need is honestly, I think our biggest need is bullpen.
Okay.
And then third base.
Okay. So
I think arms are more dire because the offense is already so good.
Yeah.
But that's just,
I don't know. I think absolutely you have to live. Listen, you can't get married to prospects when you're in this type of situation that the Yankees are in.
Yeah. No. I'm definitely not married to prospects. I'm married to prospects when it comes to half-year rentals.
That's not. Hey, you're a Yankee fan, man. You got to operate like
I am. I am a Yankee fan, but I'm still stung from what happened last year.
Yeah, but again, you have the resources
about Juan Soto.
I know, but you have the resources where even if it doesn't work, you can go out and spend money to bring in someone else in the offseason.
Yeah, no, we got to. I don't want to spend willy-nilly, bro, because I want to make sure that we're in position to get Scooble in 2 years.
Brother, that's a 2-year problem. You do whatever you can to win this year.
Yeah.
You trade Spencer Jones and Cam Schlittler for Eugenio Suarez and Zach Gallen. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Settle down.
You're trying to think like a small market team.
I'm not thinking. No.
Whoa.
I'm not thinking like a small market team. I think Spencer might be Aaron Judge light.
Brother, you already have Aaron Judge.
What's better than one Aaron Judge?
2 of them? Both
of them. It's like you already.
But again, how many years down the road is that?
Next year. Anyway, dude, I don't want to make this about this, dude. You're being ridiculous.
You're being ridiculous.
No, I'm not being ridiculous.
Spencer Jones right now. I'm sending him the fuck out of Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, or wherever the fuck your AAA system is.
All right, I'm gonna read you a quote, and I want you to tell me who said this. I feel dangerous.
What was that?
Huh?
Wait, what did you say?
The quote. We're gonna play a game where we do a quote. You tell me who said it. Right. I feel dangerous.
Baker Mayfield.
Spencer Jones. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you can't trade that. And the same way the Browns should never got rid of Baker. Anyway, I just want to give first half superlatives. First
Okay.
half Cy Young is who?
Give me. I mean, it's Scooble and it's Skeens.
Okay.
It is for me.
First half MVPs.
Give me
This is
Cal
hard.
Raleigh.
Okay.
What was that?
Give me a fucking break. I was gonna say this is hard on the NL side.
Oh yeah, it is.
Come on, Pat, be for real.
I'm just saying. We've never seen a catcher do this before. It's unprecedented.
We've never seen a human being do this before.
Listen. If LeBron can't get the MVP every year in the NBA, now they should Judge.
They're gonna get Judge one. They owe Judge one still.
They do not owe him one.
The Altuve one. They own that one, brother.
Hey, give me Raleigh. I think he's the big dumper. It's his year, man. He won the Derby. The MLB, like you said, the MLB rigged it for him to win the Derby. Don't let him fuck around and win the award too. What are the odds on that? That might be worth sprinkling on.
That's oh my
plus
God.
360. Oh God.
Don, tell your boy to stop being a fucking moron, dude. Aaron Judge is the MVP of the first half. Why are we even doing this? Are you John Smoltz?
No.
Do you hate your family?
No.
Aaron Judge is clearly the MVP this year. Do the NL side.
Give me Juan Soto.
What? Juan Soto over like PCA and Tucker and them?
Yeah. Give me Soto.
That is disgusting.
What, just because he wasn't an all-star, he can't win? I want to see him be the first non-all-star to win MVP. It'd be fucking
okay,
awesome.
But it's not who's going to win the MVP. It's first half MVP.
Yeah, first half MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me Soto.
He's not even been the Mets MVP.
Sure he has.
Huh?
I think so.
He's been better than Pete Alonso?
Yeah. 23 homers. And plus the awful start that he got off to.
Yeah, but that's also a part of the first half.
Yeah, but he's been tearing it up recently.
Pete Alonso has a higher batting average. Juan Soto's on-base percentage is higher. Pete Alonso's slugging is higher, and Pete Alonso's OPS is higher. Juan Soto has a higher OPS plus by 1.
Bang.
So it's close, super close.
Give me Soto.
Is that really your MVP in the NL?
I'm just doing it to piss you off, dude. Why do you think I picked Raleigh and Soto?
Oh my God, I was trying to take you seriously, dear Lord.
No, all right. Actually, I'm picking unconventionally. I'm going to go James Wood. I think what he's doing in Washington is phenomenal. I think as a young player, a young star in this league, like he's been super fun to watch. I'm going to go with him. And then, I mean, yeah, you look at his numbers, over 900 OPS, 24 home runs. Again, for a struggling Washington team, I like James Wood. I'll give him the NL MVP. For the AL, yeah, sure, you can have Judge, whatever.
I think I'm taking Pete Crow Armstrong for NL MVP.
That's fair. He's been baller too.
Because he's been the best center fielder in the sport. He's by far and away the best outfielder in the sport, like not even really close. And he's also put together a really, really good offensive season.
So he's all right. I see what you're saying.
Like he's the best pure out. Like he's like the best fielder in the outfield.
Okay.
He's a better
best pure outfielder in the sport.
Like he's a better fielder than Aaron is.
All right. You said pure outfield. No,
Aaron, I'm never gonna sit here and say Aaron's the best defender. I'm saying like pure outfielder, like take the hitting away. And the fact that he's like by far and away the best defensive player in the sport, and also his OPS plus is 140. Mm-hmm. And he leads the NL in WAR at 5.2. Yeah. So I'll go Pete Crow. Rookie of the year.
I mean, it's got to be Miz for the NL at this point.
I was curious if you felt like Miz played enough.
I mean, shit, he played enough to make the fucking All-Star team.
Shout out Miz.
AL, it's got to be Jacob Wilson so far. I mean, he leads the AL rookies in like every freaking hitting category. So,
dude, it's so funny because I agree with you, but I also don't think Jacob Wilson is the best rookie on his team.
No, it's probably Nick Kurtz, but
yeah, but I don't know. I know Jacob Wilson just got off to such a ridiculous start, and people are like, "Oh, like this is already Jacob Wilson's award."
Yeah, and I mean, like you just look, is second in the whole American League in batting average. I mean, shit, he might be the one to take away the Triple Crown from Judge.
I don't think he's going to get hot enough.
332 average, man. That's pretty crazy. But again, I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm still giving it to him.
Here we go. Just real quick on some numbers between Nick and Jacob Wilson. Stolen bases, obviously, when I'm at batting average, Jacob Wilson 332, Nick at 257. On base percentage 375 to 333. This is where it gets wild. Slugging, Jacob Wilson is at 462, which is actually really good for his like size and contact.
For a young shortstop, yeah, who's not a power hitter.
Nick is at 558. OPS. Jacob Wilson is at 837. Nick is at 892. And then OPS plus, which 100 is league average. Jacob Wilson is at 132. Nick is at 143. I think Nick is the better player.
I think
better hitter.
Better hitter, yes.
Jacob's a great shortstop.
Great fielder, and he's been playing all year, whereas
Nick was a later ad.
I think Wilson is probably a month more of games.
Yeah.
But again, I agree. I think at the end of the year, the numbers are going to look better on Nick's side. But I think unless Jacob completely falls off, he has the best odds to win Rookie of the Year.
Now, I would trade Volpe and Schlittler for Jacob Wilson.
I mean, yeah, that's a no-brainer, dude. Come on.
I'm just saying. And then move him to third base in a couple of years. Or let Lombard thicken up.
Yeah.
It's funny actually. We might. Well, I'm going to see the A's on Friday.
Yeah, I think I'll be there Saturday. I don't know if I'm going to be there Friday, unfortunately.
And then I don't even know. Oh, the Yankees. It's cool. I don't know. I don't know if you know, but like Max and Aaron, part of why they're excited to be in the All-Star game because their next series is in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So
I guess we can preview some pitching matchups because no, that's still TBA for you guys. So they haven't. The Guardians have announced that Cicconi's going Friday.
Okay.
And then did we announce Saturday? No, that's it. So we only know Slade's going Friday. So we'll have, I guess, pitching matchups announced probably tomorrow, given that it's Thursday.
Probably slow day of the year, dude, with no sports on.
Dude, this is, I don't know how you always felt growing up. This was always like my least favorite day of the year as a kid.
Yeah, dude. Today sucks because what's today's date?
Today's the
16th.
Yeah, but it's always there's a name for it too. It's like whatever the sports equinox is when all the days are all the sports are playing on the same day. This is like the anti-nox or whatever.
Also, there's no games tomorrow either.
No, which is the first time in a while. I thought they always used to have a couple.
Played on the 17th usually.
Yeah, they normally had a couple, but whatever. I'm not opposed to it. It gives me a nice little mental.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be on the game a lot, so that's me. But that is Pat. I am Chris. As always, strike three.
Strike three. We're out.